I took 10 M80s and stuck them all together. I call it Peter Griffin's bunker-busting mega ultra super... Ah! Ah! Holy crap! Ah!
You won't believe what Peter gets away with in Family Guy. Tune in to Quahog 97 as we reveal the 10 things he deserves for his hilarious antics. Number 10. Trapped in the truck.
Peter, knock it off.
I can't help it. My body's rejecting it.
Peter opens up his own food truck business to avoid eating healthy food that Lois forces him to eat. However, his unhealthy lifestyle soon catches up with him, and he becomes so obese that he gets stuck in his truck. He is eventually rescued by a crane, but not before being humiliated by a Bing Street mapping car that captures his naked image.
Guys, look, the Bing car is back.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
This episode shows that Peter deserves the consequences of his actions, as he disregards Lois's concern for his health and well-being. He also ignores the advice of his friends, who try to warn him about the dangers of his food truck.
You really happy in here?
You bet I am. I'm happier than a squash on Halloween.
Dad, are they coming to take us away too?
No, son, we're fine.
How about on Thanksgiving?
You know what? Just enjoy the month.
Peter's selfishness and stubbornness lead him to a situation where he is helpless and exposed, and he learns a hard lesson about the importance of eating healthy. Number 9. He was evicted from New Quahog.
Attention, new Quahogians. Today, my vision for our future comes true. A chicken in every pot and a cap in every ass.
Peter is the founder and mayor of New Quahog, a town that emerges around a Twinkie factory after a nuclear disaster caused by Y2K in the Family Guy episode, Da Boom. However, he is also the reason why the town falls apart and he is expelled from it.
Jeez, I haven't been thrown out of any place since I was a counselor at the bulimia clinic. Ah, man, did anybody else throw up after eating that fish last night?
Peter deserves this fate because he abused his authority and wasted the town's resources. He imposed ridiculous rules and ignored the needs of his citizens. He also failed to protect the town from the attack of the mutated Stewie's offspring, who killed many people. Peter's actions resulted in the collapse of New Quahog. Therefore, Peter deserves to lose the town he built.
Where are we gonna go?
I hear there's a Carvel factory in Framingham.
All right, Fudgy the Whale, and Cookie Puss, and Cookie Opus, and Nutty the Chocolate Ghost!
Number 8. He lost his eyesight.
I am gonna eat more nickels than anyone has ever eaten before. Setting this world record is gonna make me famous, just like the world's fattest twins over there.
Did I tell you that I'm doing Atkins?
Oh, that's not good for you.
In the episode Blind Ambition, he attempts to set a world record for eating the most nickels, but ends up blinding himself from nickel poisoning. This could be seen as a fitting consequence for his foolish and reckless behavior, as he has to face the challenges and dangers of living without vision.
Yeah, now feel my warm breath on the nape of your neck. My hands on your big soft boobs running down your big man-like... Holy crap, it's Chris!
However, Peter also shows some redeeming qualities, such as saving Horace the bartender from a fire at the Drunken Clam and regaining his sight at the end of the episode. Therefore, Peter's temporary blindness could also be interpreted as a lesson that teaches him to appreciate his life and his friends more, and to be more careful with his actions.
And here comes the heroic blind man. Tell us, sir, how did you summon the courage to save your friend from that burning building?
That freaking place was on fire?
And there you have it.
Number 7. He was stuck on the couch.
We're sick of your shenanigans.
How dare you! I worked my ass off to bring home the bacon for this family, and all you can say is, we don't want bacon, we want actual money. Well, I don't have money, I spent it all on bacon!
Peter gets stuck to the couch after spending a weekend eating junk food and watching TV. He ends up in a coma and meets God, who gives him a chance to prove that his family would be better off with him alive. However, Peter fails to appreciate his family and acts selfishly, making them miserable.
That's Fuddruckers!
Peter, you've opened the trunk. People are pulling things out of our car.
Good, that's also Fuddruckers. Get used to it, and prepare to fish my teeth out of my stool.
He realizes his mistake and begs God for forgiveness, who grants him another chance to live. This episode shows that Peter deserves a second chance, but also a lesson in gratitude and responsibility. He is a flawed character who often neglects his family and takes them for granted, but he also has a good heart and loves them deeply.
My family would be better off without me. I'm a terrible husband and a terrible father. I should never have questioned you. You were right about everything.
That's all I needed to hear.
Number 6. To lose all the bones.
I wish I had no bones.
Done.
That ought to show you. Oh no, I got a fart, but I don't know which way to lean.
Peter's boneless fate in the episode Family Guy Viewer Mail 1 is a result of his careless and selfish use of his 3 wishes granted by a genie. Instead of wishing for something meaningful or beneficial for himself or others, Peter wastes his first 2 wishes on trivial things. Seeing what Kelly Ripa is like off camera and having his own theme music.
Hey, Kelly. Gelman needs us on stage for a couple of reshoots.
Be right there, Reach. I just have to put on my face.
His 3rd wish, to have no bones, is a hasty and foolish attempt to avoid a confrontation with an angry bus passenger who is annoyed by his music. Peter does not consider the consequences of his wish, nor does he appreciate the value of his bones. He deserves to lose his bones because he does not respect his body or his life.
Goodbye, cruel, bone-filled world. Oh, so this is where all the waste and sewage winds up.
Number 5. Fired from beer company.
It's been 3 weeks and you haven't had a single job lead.
Now, that's not true. I came really close with that job at the school.
So what makes you want to be a crossing guard?
I don't know. I just thought it would be cool to decide which kids do and don't get hit by a car.
Peter's firing from the Pawtucket Brewery in the episode Peter Problems is a consequence of his irresponsible and reckless behavior. Peter abuses his promotion to forklift operator by using it for his personal amusement, such as lifting a baby lion, saving a beached whale, and drinking a whole vat of beer.
You're welcome.
He also endangers the lives of his co-workers and the executives when he crashes into a board meeting. Peter deserves to be fired because he shows no respect for his job, his boss, or his colleagues. He also fails to appreciate the opportunity he was given and the impact of his actions on his family. Peter's firing is a lesson for him to grow up and take responsibility for his life.
Griffin, you're fired!
See if I care. Hello, Cobra? I'd like to pay $1,300 for 1 month of health insurance.
Number 4. Lois pounded him mercilessly.
Kicking, Lois?
Hurts, doesn't it?
You tell me.
Peter exploits Lois's martial arts skills to scare away the New Yorkers who invade Quahog during autumn. He encourages Lois to use violence against anyone who annoys him, even though she is clearly becoming more aggressive and unstable.
Lois, that was amazing. Congratulations.
This is mine. This is where my babies come from.
Peter deserves to get beaten up by Lois because he is irresponsible, selfish, and insensitive. He does not care about the consequences of his actions, nor does he respect Lois's feelings or boundaries. However, Lois also deserves some blame for losing control of her anger and hurting her family and friends.
Oh no, Peter! Stewie, what did you do? This is my fault. I brought violence into this house. I'm the worst mother in the world.
The episode shows that violence is not a solution to problems, and that both Peter and Lois need to learn to respect each other and communicate better. Number 3. Losing his fingers in an explosion.
I took 10 M80s and stuck them all together. I call it Peter Griffin's bunker-busting mega-ultra-super... Holy crap!
In the episode Whistle While Your Wife Works from Season 5 of Family Guy, Peter Griffin suffers a gruesome injury when he accidentally blows off his fingers with a firecracker. This incident leads to a series of events that involve Lois working at his brewery, Brian dating a blind girl, and Stewie becoming a whistleblower.
I think it would be so hot for you and me to have sex in my office.
Oh my God. There is no way that is gonna happen. You know, it's no wonder you're so far behind in your work if this is how you behave at the office.
Some might argue that Peter deserves his fate, as he is often reckless, irresponsible, and insensitive. However, others might sympathize with him, as he is also loyal, friendly, and humorous. Ultimately, Peter's character is complex and flawed, and his misfortune is both a source of comedy and a reflection of his personality.
Your poop is white and green. You're the laughingstock of the poop world. Oh, yeah, I knew that would get you.
Number 2. Quagmire pulled the trigger.
Oh my God, Peter, that might be the dumbest thing you've ever done.
No, the dumbest thing I ever did was open that can of whoop-ass. Lois, why did you buy this?
It was on sale.
Peter accidentally shoots Quagmire in the arm while hunting, and then tries to avoid apologizing or taking him to the hospital. Quagmire is understandably angry and frustrated, and decides to get revenge by shooting Peter in the leg. While this may seem like an extreme and violent response, it could be argued that Peter deserves it for his lack of remorse and empathy.
Peter Griffin, you are an idiot. You can't even walk and chew gum at the same time.
Peter, come on. Walk over here.
I'm doing something. One thing at a time.
Quagmire is also influenced by his own traumatic past, as he reveals that he was shot by his father as a child. Therefore, Peter's actions trigger his deep-seated resentment and pain. In conclusion, Peter deserves to be shot by Quagmire as a consequence of his selfish and careless behavior, and as a way for Quagmire to cope with his own emotional wounds.
Nothing got settled. You shot him. I'm the one who has to shoot him.
Wait a second. All right, then I get to shoot Joe. All right, he shot me. I mean, if we're doing things fair here, then...
All right, we're good.
Number 1. He lost Lois to Quagmire.
I love all your sex jokes and your dirty puns. That's why I married you. Let's go upstairs and do it.
Okay.
Peter wishes to go back in time and live like a single guy again, but he ends up altering the course of history and losing Lois to Quagmire. Peter deserves to lose Lois because he was selfish, irresponsible, and unfaithful to her. He canceled their movie date, partied with Cleveland, and made out with Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald? You're my wife?
We've been married for 20 years. What's wrong with you?
Hi, I'm Judd Nelson. I crash here once or twice a week.
He also repeatedly failed to win Lois back, even with the help of Death and Brian. He only realized his mistake when he saw how miserable his life was without Lois, and how happy Quagmire was with her. Peter's actions showed that he did not appreciate Lois and took her for granted, while Quagmire treated her with respect and love. Therefore, Peter deserves to lose Lois to Quagmire in this episode.
I do with my husband is none of your business.
Husband?
Morning, Pete. Hope you and Molly can still join us for dinner tonight. Come here, baby. Let's head upstairs and play hide and go anal.